Seen us, seen us.
Get it started.
Welcome to Five Star Wrestling Fans Podcast. This is episode 5. The Corporal Punisher and the Brain, John McDonald. So, what do y'all want to talk about?
Settle down, Cody. Settle down.
I could resist, man. I could not resist.
I knew that was coming, but I still have to say it. Well, let's see. You know, everybody's got their heroes in wrestling. You got your Hulk Hogan fans, you got your Macho Man fans, you got your Undertaker fans.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, these guys didn't make it just on name alone. They actually had to go out and perform, and they had to do it on a consistent basis. And how do they do it? By beating the shit out of jobbers. You can call them jobbers, you can call them enhancement talent, but without a doubt, these guys who put the big guys over are the unsung heroes of the wrestling world.
Yeah, so as Pat Patterson or Dwayne The Rock Johnson would say, jabronis.
Exactly.
Or as my dad would call them, cannon fodder.
Indeed. And there were plenty of guys who were cannon fodder over the years.
Oh yeah.
We're going to touch on some of the more well-known ones.
Who comes to mind first on your list? I'll tell you who mine is, but tell me who comes to mind first for you.
Barry Horowitz.
I got him at number 2.
Barry Horowitz is without a doubt one of the greatest jobbers, enhancement talent, in wrestling history. That whole gimmick of patting himself on the back before the match, that just made it even more hilarious when he got his ass handed to him every week.
I'm not sure if I ever saw the guy ever win a match, ever. I might be wrong, but don't think I am.
I do remember seeing him win a match, and it was against somebody who was pretty... They were mid-card, but still a decent name. He beat Skip from the Body Donnas.
Oh, way to go.
Yes, indeed. Pat himself on the back. And he beat him with a roll-up pin. He beat him with a schoolboy.
Way to go, Barry Horowitz. Exactly. If you're watching.
But I'll tell you
for
what.
You, buddy.
Barry Horowitz probably had one of the longest losing streaks in his WWE history.
Yeah, but it just like you said, when he's slapping himself on the back, and it's like, why are you slapping yourself on the back for? You're about to lose, like you always do. But it was hilarious. But number 1 on my list, Steve Lombardi, the Brooklyn Brawler.
Oh, good one. He's actually my number 2.
We flip-flopped.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, even before he was the Brooklyn Brawler, he was still a jobber.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going by Steve Lombardi. But I think, if correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Bobby the Brain Heenan the one that called him the Brooklyn Brawler? I think he got the name from the other Brain.
The original Brain.
Yeah. Let me see if I can guess who number 3 is on your list. I'll tell you who number 3 is on my list.
Go ahead.
Iron Mike Sharp.
Great minds think alike. You want to hear something cool?
Yeah.
You know our friend Magic from Jersey All Pro Wrestling. You've seen him on the show on the Brain Trust podcast a couple of times.
Okay.
Iron Mike Sharp trained him.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, even though this guy was cannon fodder, but I always thought Iron Mike Sharp, he was actually a good wrestler.
He could go.
Yes.
He could make himself into a name if he wanted to. He chose to be an enhancement talent. He chose to take the beatings.
Right, and he was billed as Canada's greatest athlete.
Yeah. And do you remember what he always had on? He was the Canadian version of Cowboy Bob Orton because he had that arm brace.
Oh yeah.
Now, Ace Cowboy Bob Orton would have the cast on. Mike Sharp had the leather arm brace, and he would turn it so the actual brace part, the metal part inside, was facing out, and he would hit you with a forearm to try and knock you out.
Yeah, I'm kind of kick back a little bit, get a little bit comfortable.
Wrong with that.
Number 4. I don't really have, after the top 3, I really don't have, not necessarily in any certain order, but S.D. Jones. He would win occasionally, but he had, I guess he's known for having that match against King Kong Bundy at one of the WrestleManias. Of course,
WrestleMania 1.
Bundy
9
won.
seconds. It's funny that you should mention him because I'm scrolling down the list of the greatest jobbers in history, and that's exactly who I just stopped on.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. But who do you have next on your list?
Hang on one second. See. See it?
No, I can't see it because the screen's too.
I just highlighted his name on the screen.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull that screen up a little bit.
Yeah, you may not be.
Yeah, you get SD Special Delivery Jones. Yeah, so.
Yep.
SD Jones.
Yeah. Now, before we go on with the list of jobbers, let's bring up somebody who would take great pride and pleasure in destroying said people. The one, the only, the Undertaker.
Oh, yeah. The Undertaker, well, he would just bury them.
Yes, he would. He would literally bury them because he would put dirt on them. or he would put them in a body bag.
He would make them rest in peace. I'm doing the Undertaker wearing a John Cena shirt. Go figure.
So here's a person that actually turned out to be really decent, really good wrestler, and his secondary character had a better run than his original character. Lanny Poffo.
Leaping Lanny. Yes.
Yep.
So I got him on my list too. I tell you what though, he wasn't actually a jobber until he went to WWE, because when he wrestled around here locally, here in Kentucky, he wrestled for a company called ICW Wrestling. Now I'm not talking about the ICW that's in United Kingdom right now, but at the time,
I know the company you're talking about. That was his father's company.
Yeah, so we had Randy Savage, Leaping Lanny Poffo, Ronnie
and
Garvin.
Their father Angelo.
Yeah, Ronnie Garvin. We had those guys, Pistol Pez, Watley. But yeah, Leaping Lanny he was one of the top guys at the time. He won.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of nepotism there.
Really, you think? But yeah, when he goes to
look. I'll give you a perfect example of nepotism. Triple H. Granted, he was very good as a wrestler, but when you're banging the boss's daughter, you get certain privileges. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, it's a little fringe benefits there.
Mm-hmm. You think?
But yeah, so he goes to WWE, Leaping Lanny, and he gets the Genius moniker. And
he comes back to WWE after the Leaping Lanny character, and he becomes the Genius.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right. And then I'm trying to think of the other guy who I can't think of his name. The other wrestler that did something similar to the Genius, but he wasn't the Genius. But he had the same type of. He hung out with
Dane Douglas.
No, he hung out with the Miz.
Oh, Damien Sandow.
Yes. So he was Mizdow.
Yeah.
Damien Mizdow.
That was one of the dumbest things I had ever seen, because Damien Sandow was a very good wrestler.
But his whole shtick with the Miz was hilarious.
Oh, no doubt. It was hilarious.
He would be outside the ring mimicking every word that the Miz would say.
And everything that happened in the ring.
Yeah.
That itself takes talent.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Do you remember the Mulkey brothers?
I do. They're actually on that list that I have pulled up.
Me too. So it's somebody I have on my list. Here's somebody else, the next guy. And this one was hilarious. He was a funny jabroni. And this guy made fun of one of the top wrestlers, arguably one of the top wrestlers of all time. A lot of people don't like him, but there's a lot of people that does. Bill Goldberg's jabroni, Gilbert. Dwayne Gill.
I know exactly who you're talking about. But you know what? I'm one of the naysayers. I didn't like the whole Goldberg doppelganger bit.
He would come
I
out and he would do the whole thing, imitating Bill Goldberg and all the sparks flying, and he would stick his tongue out.
I know the John. I know the gimmick. You don't have to explain it to me.
I know. I'm
But
just
I mean,
telling the audience it was just
listen.
it
I
was
don't think
funny.
I don't think there's a wrestling fan out there right now who has watched any WWE from the '80s through now, and WCW from the '90s through now, who doesn't know Gilbert.
True.
So here's one that you really had to think about as to why they made this guy a jobber. Because he's really really good. He's a very good wrestler. Kurt Hawkins.
Yes. Yeah, but jobber in WWE, but not necessarily a jobber in TNA.
Very true. He was one of the top guys in TNA, but he comes over to WWE and they're like, "Yeah, no, you're gonna just take a loss every week."
Yeah. So
269 straight losses.
yeah, that's horrible.
But
And
he was over because of it. To the point that he had his own merchandise celebrating the losing streak.
right. Yep.
And I remember some of that merch. It was hilarious.
And another name I saw on top list of jobbers is Ricky King. Now I'm not sure I remember this guy. I can't.
I
I'm
don't
trying to
remember him
think of it.
either, but yeah, he was on that list. Not Ricky, Rocky King.
Well, there was another one. There was Italian Stallion Gary Sabo.
He's on this list too.
There's another one named Tom Stone. Probably his best well-known loss was to the Ultimate Warrior.
Yep.
Now,
Okay.
another name I see on this list that I'm a little iffy on was Jim Powers. Jim Powers.
I'm not really. I'm not really that iffy on him because he really was. He had decent talent. He couldn't talk on the mic. He was horrible on the microphone. He couldn't really connect with the fans.
Right.
Unless he was getting his ass handed to him.
True. Yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, the team of him and Paul Roma as the Young Stallions was probably his best run in wrestling in general.
I agree. 100%.
Other than that, he was useless. Except, as your father would say, cannon fodder.
Right.
I remember plenty of nights and plenty of days watching wrestling on Channel 5 or Channel 11, whatever channel it was on that day in Jersey City, watching him get destroyed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, he was getting thrown into the corner so hard, his head was snapping back. I swear to God, he had whiplash after each match. If he didn't, his neck was made of rubber.
When you said useless, that made me laugh because I'm thinking of something Jim Cornette. There's a guy that Jim Cornette calls Wheeler useless. Instead of Wheeler Yuta, Wheeler useless. So when
And
you
like I
said it,
said,
it made me think of him.
like I said last episode, I have lost all respect for Jim Cornette.
Right.
So I'll tell you what. I think next episode we're going to talk managers.
Okay.
I will give him his flowers as a manager, but as a person, as an actual individual person outside of the wrestling business, want nothing to do with him. I don't want to talk about him. I swear to God, if I've said it before and I'll say it again. If I ever see him, I will curse him out.
Remember this guy, the Duke of Dorchester, Pete Doherty. He just recently passed away.
God rest his soul. You know what? Let's hold that thought for a minute. And let's do something for him.
Okay.
Hang on one second. Back in here. And this is for the Duke of Dorchester, Pete Doherty, who just recently passed away.
Yeah.
He was very, very good at being a jobber.
Yes. And
he could get the guys he was working with to really, really shine.
Yeah, he is a good heel jobber too.
Yes. He was better as a heel jobber than a face.
No doubt about it.
You know what? Most jobbers work better as a heel. But then you got the guys like Barry Horowitz and the Brooklyn Brawler and Iron Mike Sharp who could work as a face with an over-the-top heel.
Yeah.
And then you could get the crowd reaction. You could get the crowd behind you as a jobber despite taking the losses.
Remember Salvatore Sincere, Tom Brandy?
Vaguely.
Yeah, he was in WWF.
Yeah, I don't remember
before it became WWE. He worked when it was World Wrestling Federation. And then we got Sean Stasiak. Remember this guy?
I remember him. But before we talk about him, let's step over to the ladies' side of the roster.
Okay. Who you got?
Rosa Mendez.
Oh, yeah. She definitely was. Yeah, she was certainly a women's jobber, no doubt about it.
884 days without a victory. and only 10 wins in 2010. Then she turned manager for the Colognes and made them even worse. So there you go. There's another set of jobbers. The Colognes.
Yeah.
Primo and Epico. Absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, I mean, Carlito's brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Carlito was probably somewhere in between. He wasn't quite a jobber, but he
No,
was
this is true. Carlito was definitely much better than the other two.
right. Um, who else you got on the women's list?
Really, that was the only one I could see on the list so far.
Here's one from the ECW days. The Blue Meanie. The Blue Jabroni.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
One
God.
who caused JBL to take the ultimate chair shot.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the other guy what the other guy's name. Him and Blue Meanie and the other guy, they always hung out with Raven. Raven pretty much told him what to do, controlled him. Stevie Richards. That's who I'm trying to think of.
I love watching his channel every once in a while.
Yeah, I do too.
Crazy shit.
Yeah.
I remember him doing a collab video with Maven.
Yep.
Where they watched like some of the worst bumps of all time. And just some of the bumps that they watch, like, ow.
Remember the BWO, the Blue World Order?
Yeah, I remember them.
Oh man.
Oh. I got a good one for you.
Okay.
He was the leader of the Job Squad. Al, no.
Yes. What does everybody want?
Ed.
What does everybody need?
Ed. But I mean, he was very good at being a jobber.
Yeah, and in this day and time, he operates Ohio Valley Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is the guy. He was such a big part of the '90s back when the Attitude Era. I mean, he's such a big part of that. Even though he lost most of his matches, but very few people got a louder pop than what he would. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I mean, he had the crowd eating out of his hands. Next set of guys are friends with Shane McMahon, the Mean Street Posse.
Oh my God! Don't even.
Pete Gas, Rodney Abs, Joy Abs.
Well, since you want to go with factions, I'll throw another faction at you. Spirit Squad.
Yep, they sucked.
Except for one. except for one.
Dolph Ziggler.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Dolph is the most successful to come out of that bunch.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one? Kenny something.
I don't remember what his last name was, but yeah. Every time he got his ass handed to him, I did the South Park routine. Oh my God! They killed Kenny! You bastards!
Oh man.
Okay, so I got a list of some females who were jobbers, and it's broken down by era, from the golden and attitude eras. You had Velvet McIntyre and Judy Martin. And believe it or not, later on, the Fabulous Moolah.
Fabulous Moolah was once a jobber.
Was a jobber later in her career, yes. When she was trying to put her students over.
Oh, okay. Because I guess what I remember the most about the Fabulous Moolah is when she was involved in the Rock and Wrestling feud, where she was going up against Wendy Richter and all of them, and of course, that's when Hulk Hogan and Mr. T had their feud with Roddy Piper, Ace Thornton.
I remember that.
Cyndi Lauper was in with them, and
Lou Albano.
Yep. Yeah, those were. Let me see if you can guess this guy. This wrestler retired after suffering a serious head injury in Puerto Rico. He later sued WWE for $7 million. But this guy was a jobber.
I don't remember this one.
Tiger Ali Singh.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I honestly don't remember him. So, there's not really much I can say about him.
Right.
I got a more recent jobber. The guy I call Cecil Turtle.
James Ellsworth?
Yep. You tell me he does not look like Cecil Turtle.
He does. Especially when he would look at the camera and he'd give that wink. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
He was horrible.
So getting back to the ladies for a second. Getting into the Divas era. You had Oksana and Jillian Hall. And then you had Alicia Fox.
Oh, wow.
She was, without a doubt, the biggest jobber of the Divas era.
And you was mentioning Jillian. Oh, God. Every time she would come out and start singing, everybody's ears would bleed.
I know. My ears still bleed just at the mention of her name.
Oh, man. Yeah, because I remember it was like, just shut up, please.
Yeah. I actually remember one time watching it and hearing the crowd shouting, "Shut the fuck up."
Does that sound like, that sounds like somebody we know, don't it?
Yeah. Dom,
Uh-huh.
Dominic.
Well, no, somebody we know that's in the brain trust. Shut the fuck up. Jay
Well,
Pagliaro.
yeah, we're talking about him. He'd be saying that to somebody else.
Yeah. We won't mention. uh, Another one. See if you remember this guy. Beaver Cleavage, also known as Chaz, also known as Headbanger Mosh.
Oh yeah, the
And
headbangers in general.
him and Headbanger Thrasher, they both still wrestle on the indie scene.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know much about Johnny Rods? Do you remember him much?
I remember him a few times, but to be honest with you, he was so unimpressive that it's easy to forget about him.
Right.
I mean,
Uh,
there are jobbers that are impressive in their losing abilities, and then there's guys who are just there to go through the motions, you know.
right.
And 90% of the people that the Undertaker faced when on Saturday afternoons, Saturday mornings, those were just get a workout in type matches. You know, keep loose. You know, and it's just there's certain times that you need real talent to challenge your big stars. That's where guys like Barry Horowitz, Iron Mike Sharp, Kurt Hawkins, you know, Brooklyn Brawler. That's where those guys come in. So we were talking about losing streaks with regards to jobbers. How about a losing streak for some big names?
Okay.
Shelton Benjamin had a 2-month losing streak.
Wow. Yeah, and this is the guy that you talk about, one of the best pure wrestlers out there.
Mm-hmm.
With all kinds
Brock
of
Lesnar's
amateur
best friend.
wrestling background.
Then here's another one. John Morrison.
Yeah, John Morrison. This is the guy I never could figure out why WWE didn't like him. I mean, I mean, it's obvious they didn't like him. I don't know if it was Vince that didn't like him, or Triple H didn't like him, or because he
Maybe
had to
Shawn didn't
look.
like him.
Who?
Shawn Michaels.
Right.
Because we all know Shawn was big on burying people.
But you know, John Morrison, he had all kinds of charisma. He had the athleticism. He really had all the tools where he could have been a big name wrestler.
And he is. He legitimately is. He just didn't have that ability. He wasn't given that opportunity in WWE.
No.
How about
But
somebody else?
but back up for a second. To me, John Morrison's best wrestling ever was in Lucha Underground.
See, I'll have to say he was great there, but I really liked him in TNA.
Yeah, I'll have to say that too. TNA, he was great. He was great in both TNA and Lucha Underground.
Hmm.
But yeah, go ahead. Who are you getting ready to mention?
I got kids, man.
Heath Slater,
Heath
and
Slater.
that's actually who I was getting ready to mention because 3MB, you had Heath Slater, Drew McIntyre, and Jinder Mahal as a unit, and
3MB.
that was horrible. Where they come out there playing air guitars,
Yeah.
but out of the three, Heath was a legit jobber.
Hmm.
Jinder Mahal, I heard an interview from this guy one time, and I used to wonder why he was so horrible out there. And and I've always been probably overly critical, and probably unfairly so. But a lot of it wasn't his fault. It was Vince McMahon telling him to go out there and just flex your muscles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he wasn't allowed to do a lot of the wrestling moves that he actually wanted to do or anything like that. And you're talking about a guy that just all of a sudden, out of the clear blue, was handed the WWE title, the championship. I mean,
Yeah.
this is like he just pulled the championship belt right out of his ass. And I remember this guy is a jabroni. He's a jobber. Why is he getting a WWE title run? And it just came from nowhere.
Yeah.
That
I
was
hate when they do that.
it. I never understood why they went there. And then when he loses the title, he goes back to being a jobber again. It's like he had momentum and they never built on it. It's like they all of a sudden wanted the fans to forget that they made him the champion. And this is where I'm. This is one of those times where I'm very critical of WWE creative because none of that made sense to me whatsoever. None of it. Why would you go through all the trouble building him up, giving him a championship run, then tearing back down all over again? Where they could have actually built on what they started. I always felt like Jinder Mahal, if they had given him a top-notch submission hold, something like what the Iron Sheik had. I mean, there is no telling how big he could have been. Because he had the physique. And, this is one of the guys, you could tell he works his ass off in the gym. He does. You don't get the physique like that just, sitting on a couch eating Twinkies all day. This guy worked his butt off. And I just never, I don't think he ever got the just due that he really should have. Drew McIntyre. Here's another guy. From 3MB. I think all that was a way of punishing him because I guess he had some backstage problems in WWE, and so this was a way for Vince to bury him, and before they eventually released him. And thank God he goes to TNA because when he went to TNA, he actually learned to wrestle. He becomes Drew Galloway. And then when he did get a chance to go back to WWE, look what he's done.
Yeah.
He has become. He earned a moniker, the chosen one, that Vince McMahon originally gave him,
Yeah.
because he has been absolutely phenomenal since being back in WWE. But I really credit the people at TNA for turning his career around.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Do you remember Jose Estrada?
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's one, a more recent guy. Do you remember? Do you know Peter Avalon from AEW?
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Super jabroni.
So let's say who. Yeah, let's look at some. Let's look at the AEW roster and see who they've who's technically a jobber.
Brandon Cutler, the librarian.
Yeah.
Captain Sean Dean.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to back up a little bit. Let's go back to WWE and talk about Pete Dunne. Now, Pete Dunne he's not a jobber as Pete Dunne, but he is a jobber when he was doing the Butch character.
Oh, absolutely. That was one of the worst things they ever did to that man. The man has so much talent.
Yes, he's like one of the best in-ring guys that you could ask for.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why on earth? And I think this was Vince McMahon's brilliant idea to make him Butch.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say brilliant, I'm saying sarcastically, of course.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because that was just disgraceful, honestly. For a guy of his talent.
Mm-hmm. So in AEW, I literally had to say that this women's tag team have been treated as jobbers.
I think I know who you're going to say, but go ahead.
Tell me who you think.
I'm thinking you're about to say Ty Mello and Anna Jay.
Actually, no. Cassie Lee and Jessie McKay, the Iconics.
Okay, yes.
They went to AEW and they haven't done shit with them.
No, not at all. But this is another thing that actually irritates the piss out of me, because you got it's not just Tony Khan that does it, but WWE does it too. They'll bring talent in just to keep them another organization from bringing them in or re-signing them, and when they know they have absolutely nothing in mind for them creatively, they have no plans to use them in any way, shape, or form. I mean, a good example of this is Blake Monroe in WWE. You can't tell me that she should not have stayed in AEW
Oh, absolutely, she should have.
because she was top level in a women's division in AEW. AEW Women's World Champion. WWE has not done shit with her. And look what they're doing now. They brought her to the main roster. God, how long has this been now? 2 months at least. And she still hasn't made her debut on SmackDown. They're doing these stupid vignettes.
Oh, like the Veer Mahan type bullshit.
Oh God, enough already, WWE. Enough.
Yeah.
Triple H, get with it, dude. Do something with her for Christ's sakes. Put her on TV. We don't need any more vignettes. Give her a good storyline. Put her against somebody. And good God, where is Jordan Grace?
Another one they're burying like a jobber, and it pisses me off because she's so fucking talented.
Oh God. The woman's got so much talent. I mean, she's got more talent in her tip of her pinky finger than what most of them could ever hope to have. And she's being buried for what reason? I have no idea. And last I heard, she had a match on main event, and I'm not talking about Saturday night's main event.
I know
I'm talking,
what you're talking about.
yeah, main event is pretty much the equivalent of AEW Dark that nobody watches. I'm like, what's going on here? I mean, you got two women, Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace, that should be getting lots of TV time, and they're just wasting their talents. And Jordan Grace is another one that would have been better. Yeah, I know she took the WWE money. Of course, you can't blame her for that.
Yeah.
But TNA actually valued her.
Yeah.
AEW actually valued Blake Monroe.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not seeing WWE placing any value on either one of them at this moment.
Not at all. All right, so another one that I kind of have to say that they're jobbing out, even though it's happening more in Ring of Honor than AEW. While her brother is absolutely destroying the competition, Diamante.
Yeah, because you don't really hear much about her. It's almost like a forgotten name. And actually, I don't know. I must be in the dark on this, but who's her brother?
Casey Navarro.
Okay. Yeah. Another name I want to mention, and this is another guy that you could say was a jobber, but he had another character where he wasn't a jobber. And I'm talking about Bo Dallas. When Bo Dallas was in NXT, he was a former NXT champion. So he certainly wasn't a jobber. But when he gets caught up to the main roster, he becomes a jobber.
Bullshit.
And then, of course, later, everybody knows that's Bray Wyatt's brother, and he does Uncle Howdy. So he's no longer a jobber, but now he finds himself out of the company.
Yeah. The whole faction is gone.
Yeah, every one of them. So, who do you think, if any, once the 90-day non-compete clause is up, do you think Bo Dallas ends up in AEW or TNA or New Japan Pro Wrestling or MLW?
I think Bo ends up on the independent circuit. I think Nikki Cross could end up in MLW. Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis could end up in AEW.
Dexter might make sense for him to be in TNA.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that's where his girlfriend is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Indy.
Yeah, Andy Hartwell. Joe Gacy, maybe as well. I don't know. I could see Joe Gacy doing well in MLW because it seemed like they've got some guys that I think he would match up well against.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Do you remember George South?
Not really, because he was just so horrible.
Yeah, so another one on the list there. You got any more?
I think of some other ones, you know. Well, hold on 1 second. You know how you were talking about Dexter and Indy?
Mm-hmm.
No, not anymore.
Okay, they're Splitsville.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's been a while.
Okay, so I would say TNA's out of the question for Dexter Lumis then.
Yeah.
And I know this isn't part of the topic, what we're talking about tonight, but who do you think replaces Tommy Dreamer? Do you think it will be Road Dogg, Jesse James, replacing Tommy Dreamer in creative in TNA?
Honestly, I don't know because of how acrimonious it was with the split between him and WWE.
But he was the number one name being mentioned to replace Tommy Dreamer.
And if that's the case, then good for him. But I got another female who's been treated as a jobber, who's insanely talented. Right now, she's on the physically unable to perform list in AEW. Penelope Ford.
Who?
Penelope Ford.
Oh, yes. Yes, Penelope Ford.
Yep.
So she's pretty much Megan Bain's sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So I'm wondering if when Penelope Ford does get well and she comes back, will she be a third member of Megan Bain and Lena Cross? Or will she be served like maybe a managerial role for those two? Or will she split off on her own, independent of them?
Well, wasn't she with Julia Hart and that whole crew?
No.
No, because when she was.
But I love what they're doing with Julia Hart, Sky Blue, and Thekla.
Oh, absolutely. Tekla is absolutely insane.
She is hilarious.
I I love Tekla.
I do too. And that one night, that one promo she did, I was in tears. I was
Oh my
laughing
god,
so hard.
I was crying. I was laughing so hard with that one. But let's see. You know somebody who's they've been kind of treating as a jobber, despite how good she is in WWE? Zarya.
I don't know if you can actually say that now because Zarya is the new North American Women's Champion.
Yeah, I know, but they were treating her as a jobber, especially in her little feud with Sol Ruka.
Yeah,
So,
but it
you know,
looks like they're going in a different direction with her now, though.
well, that's a good thing because Zarya is
Mhm.
very talented.
Yeah, she is. But have you ever seen anyone that reminds you more of Luna Vachon than her?
I have to say this, and just look at my face. You know what's coming.
You
You
got
know
the
what is
Gilbert
coming.
Gottfried look on your face.
Yeah, but you know what's coming. Let me tell you something. Zarya is the love child of Natty and Luna Vachon. Tell me I'm wrong.
There you go. Another love child alert. Oh man.
And you know what? By default, I guess you could say that Tekla is her twin. So that makes her the love child of Luna and Natty too.
I would say Tekla is a lot more attractive.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt, Tekla is more attractive.
Yeah, it's not even close.
But I mean, just in their general look is a perfect combination of Natty and Luna Vachon.
Yeah, I can see it.
With the wild hair and the wild makeup.
When Tekla starts talking about, I hate to talk about beating up bitches, but there's an awful lot of bitches in the back to beat up.
Yeah, both men and women. I legitimately think she could kick MJF's ass.
Oh God.
That match would be pure gold.
Yeah.
That match
If
would be
they
gold.
Yeah, if they ever well, Megan Bain was her and Lena Cross was on a podcast with Renee Paquette. and they were both talking about they would like to, or Megan Bain mentioned it. She would like to have like intergender matches
Mm-hmm.
because and if for those of us, and I know you love GCW, we both watch GCW. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, we've seen Megan Bain in many intergender matches there. So
That's
I
actually
don't.
where I first saw Penelope Ford.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I know Penelope from.
Oh, okay.
Because at the time when she was working in GCW, she was dating Joey Janela.
Mm.
And I was working a show with GCW one time, and Joey did a flip to the outside, and when he landed, I was standing right by ringside. I was watching, and I saw his body go one way and his knee went another. And I was like, and I just cringed. I said, "Oh, he just tore something."
Mm.
Because you could almost hear the pop.
Ouch.
And I was standing 15 feet away.
Mm.
And he finishes the match, goes to the back. He's like, "John," I'm like, "Yeah, I know. You felt it. You felt something pop." He's like, "Yeah." So then I got into Facebook and I said, "Listen, I need the name of a good orthopedic, like right now, asking for a friend." And I got recommendations from firefighters, police officers, EMTs, you know, and I sent all of these names to Joey, and he's like, and he got his knee fixed up, and he was back in the ring in less than 6 months, which is a miracle.
Yeah.
Because ACL injuries, they take forever to heal.
Yep.
His ACL was torn 3/4 of the way through.
Well, you speaking of Joy Janela, of course, on the independent circuit, this guy does really well. He wins most of his matches. It's very rare that he loses.
Yeah.
But in AEW,
He
that's the
was a
guy,
jobber.
jobber. Yes, definitely. So as we were talking about him, I was thinking that.
Ooh, I just thought of somebody who was a jobber in WWE, but now is an absolute monster.
Okay.
PCO.
Oh yeah.
Remember when he was with the Quebecers?
Yes. Yes.
They were jobbers.
Yep.
They were a jobber tag team. And he ended up taking 90% of the pinfalls.
Mm-hmm.
He went into that Frankenstein monster routine, and he's been virtually unstoppable.
Yeah, and this has got. I mean, I wonder what happened with him in TNA.
I don't know, but you know what? If he found greener pastures elsewhere, then good for him. Because he really is. He's a nice guy. He's a great guy to sit and talk to.
Well, the last show that I've heard that he was on was Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of work with MLW, so that's good for him. I mean, it's up in Canada. It's where he's from. So good for him. He's entertaining his hometown crowds.
Yeah, and I can't think of his name. The guy that runs Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. He used to run TNA. What? My mind is blank. Help me out. But yeah, he.
Scott
Shoot.
Scott D'Amore.
Scott D'Amore, yeah. How can I not think of Scott D'Amore when I got a buddy named Scott Moore?
we
You
all
know?
we both got a buddy named Scott Moore.
Yeah. And so Scott
And I'm gonna,
D'Amore,
I'm gonna, I'm gonna put Snake Eyes down for the count 1, 2, 3 at SummerSlam.
right. Yep. Yep. The retirement tour.
Yep.
But yeah, Scott D'Amore, this guy, I don't know. I saw an online rumor where Tony Khan is thinking about doing some work with Scott D'Amore. So I think that would be some interesting things, if they work together and maybe have some Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling guys and go against some of the AEW guys. And I don't know, they might be able to have a Forbidden Door type show or something at some point. So I don't know. It could be interesting because Scott D'Amore, a lot of times, I know when he was running TNA, a lot of times he came up with some pretty good ideas. He has some good shows.
Here's a guy that he was kind of a jobber in Ring of Honor back in the day. Jack Evans.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Do you remember the name Mike Jackson?
No, not a bit.
He used to wrestle when it was Superstation WTBS. This was the pre-WCW days at Georgia Championship Wrestling, NWA Jim Crockett Promotions. So he was primarily a jobber back in those days. But I tell you what, though, even though he was a jobber, he made a lot of the matches close. He would always give good competition to whoever he went up against.
So I think we did a pretty good job of talking about the jobbers.
Yeah, I do too.
We brought out some names that a lot of people probably haven't thought about in years.
But there was something with Mike Jackson. He was wrestling in a current promotion here recently. It might have been MLW. I can't remember exactly. I'd have to look it up, but I remember he wrestled on one of those shows, and I think he picked up some wins or picked up a win. So, but I don't remember now who he went up against. But it seemed like it was MLW. I might be wrong.
No, TNA.
TNA, okay.
He lost to Mance Warner back in February.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Mansur's back on the independent circuit now. He's no longer with TNA.
Yeah.
And that surprises me. I would have thought TNA would have done something with him. Because to me, Mance Warner is kind of a throwback to Terry Funk. Guys like that.
Yeah, Terry Funk and Cactus Jack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's kind of built from the same mold.
Mm-hmm. Crazy as a loon.
Yeah, and really, wrestling right now needs characters like that. I really think so. I really think a lot of the big name wrestling shows needs people. It needs characters like that to kind of make it different.
Yep. So I think next week, talk about some of the best and worst managers of all time.
Yeah, and I think maybe later on in the week, we've got a lot of big shows coming up this weekend, a lot of premium live events, pay-per-views.
Yep, we got NXT Great American Bash on Saturday and Forbidden Door on Sunday.
Yeah, and also NXT. We've got an NXT show coming up, WWE.
That's what I just said, John. That's what I just said. NXT's running the Great American Bash.
Right.
And AEW has Forbidden Door.
Right. So we can maybe cover those.
If we get a chance to talk later on this week, yeah. If not, we'll do a review of them next week.
Yep.
So.
All right.
Bring us to a close.
Yeah. I think we had a good show. And for those of you out there watching, thanks for supporting us and hope you continue supporting us. And till next time, peace out.
Too sweet.